So I'll be moving on now. We'll be talking about the structure for academic writing task 1. The structure for academic writing task 1. So you have your structure. By structure, this is like a template that we've put down for you. Your arrangement of ideas, like I told you, it's not enough for you to know what to put down. The arrangement, logical arrangement of your essay is very crucial as well. So for your academic writing task 1, your structure is going to be a 4-paragraph structure. Okay, so first paragraph will be your introduction. Can we see my board? Please, I need you to be responding if you can, if you are with me. So I won't be wasting time dragging us. Okay. So that's that. Then second paragraph will be your overview. Your third paragraph will be body paragraph. Third and fourth actually will be your body paragraph. So you can see we have 2 body paragraphs. So this is going to be body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So this is all Task 1. So it's going to be a 5-paragraph structure. Please note it. 5 paragraph. Your first paragraph is going to be your introduction. Your second paragraph is going to be your overview. Your third paragraph will be your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. And please note no conclusion in task 1. No conclusion, please. Please, no conclusion. Academic writing task 1. The reason is because conclusion is a product of personal inference. Conclusion is a product of personal opinion. And writing task 1 is 100% objective. So we don't need academic writing task 1. We don't need your recommendation. We don't need your suggestions. We don't need your views. We don't need your interpretation of the situation. What we need is just facts and figures. Facts and figures. That's all we need. So there's no conclusion in academic writing task 1. So if you are writing task 1 essay and you open your paragraph by saying conclusively, or you say in conclusion, then you know you're already failing. Don't say you are not told. Okay. Or you say something like, this suggests that, you are already giving suggestion, then that means you are going haywire. Okay, so you already have your results. Okay. Don't make suggestions. Don't I advise you, as you are just starting your training now, to have a separate notes for each of your modules, so that you don't mix them up, because the principles are different. What is forbidden in task 1 might be essential, or might even be the most important thing in task 2. A good example of that is the conclusion I'm talking about. Conclusion is forbidden in task 1, but it's very, very essential in your task 2. So don't mix those principles up. Once you mix them up, then you already have your results. I hope that is clear. So no conclusion. For example, now, if they give you a map, that, like the example, I can't remember the question now, but like, if I want to paraphrase the graph I showed us earlier, maybe they give you a bar chart that is showing the level of cleanliness of water in maybe 4 cities. Let's use Nigeria now. Maybe level of cleanliness of water in, let me write, level of cleanliness of water in Ibadan, Lagos, Abuja, and Ilorin. So maybe they give you 4 bar charts that is showing the level of the percentage of water cleanliness in these 4 cities. So if it happened that Abuja water happened to be the most clean of the water, don't start, just tell us maybe 85% of the water, 85% of waters in Abuja are recorded to be clean, which happen to be maybe the highest of all the 4 cities, that you are given. Okay, don't start telling us that this could probably be because it's the seat of the president. You understand? Don't start telling us that this is probably because that's where the president lives. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't say, okay, or maybe the most polluted water is in Lagos. Maybe Lagos are the least percentage of water cleanliness. Don't start saying this could probably be because it's an industrial area, or for one reason or the other. Maybe just whatever, no matter how logical your suggestion or your extrapolation is, as long as there is no charts showing why or showing the cause of the uncleanliness, then it becomes wrong for you to be suggesting it. And that will come up as inaccurate reporting. When you read the marking guide I sent to you, inaccurate reporting is band 6. It's automatic band 6. So no matter how brilliant you have written, they're going to give you band 6. Describing what is not in the map, in the chart you are given, they're going to mark you down and give you inaccurate reporting for that. That will be a band 6. Same people that went into exam hall, at the end of the exam hall, they took themselves for a treat. They were like, wow, I know this time around I've done excellently well. The question was simple. It was just exactly what I studied and blah, blah, like that. And I finished in time. I did quite well. I'm convinced I did well. And when the results came, they got band 6. And they be crying that God has failed me. Why me? Why me? God has not, God has never failed anyone, and it's not going to start with you. So just pay attention to these principles. That's the difference between success and failure. Okay. Just pay attention to this. No matter how brilliantly you've written, when you are describing what is not given in the chart, it is inaccurate reporting and it's band 6. Okay. When they give you a map, a chart, why am I saying map? When they give you a chart that is showing maybe the number of votes that General Muhammad Buhari had in the last presidential election compared to other participants, just tell us he had the highest number of votes with maybe 500,000 or whatever million, whatever figure they gave you. Don't start by telling us why people voted for him. Don't start by telling us your own opinion about him. Okay. Don't start by telling us why you think maybe this is probably because he was a popular figure in the north. It's probably because he's a this and that and that. Don't try to make any personal time to talk about this because it's a common uh, reason why people get stuck in band 6 and not crossing over. Okay, so back to the structure now. You have introduction, overview, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. Then I said no conclusion. I hope that is clear. Any question so far? Have we taken that down? Happy? Are we together? Are we still together here? So the structure I gave you, can somebody recap it for me? What are the structure, or you chorus it? Let me call someone. Let me call Kikelomo. Don't look at your notes. Kikelomo, what are the structures for your academic writing task 1? I can see you checking your notes. I'll call another person. Kikelomo, you check your notes, isn't it? I caught you. But just tell us, you are unmuted already. Are you there?
The body paragraph. Did you hear me, please?
We didn't hear you. I think you have issue with your network. But we can hear you now. Try again.
I said there are 4 structures.
Okay. Carry on. She has gone again. Okay. Please.
We have the introduction. Can you get it?
Sorry, we are struggling to hear you.
Can you get me?
No.
I said the introduction, the overview, the body paragraph 1 and the body paragraph 2.
Okay. Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
I hope you said that from your heart and not from your notes.
I'm not looking at the notes.
Okay, well done, ma.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll be taking us through the structures one after the other in the next couple of minutes, and I'll be starting with the introduction. Okay. That's how you write your introduction. So for your introduction, how to structure your introduction. Your introduction should begin by talking about what the graph, the bar chart, the table, whatever chart they give you, what that chart is talking about. It's a cheap way of getting it done is you paraphrasing the question statement. Because apparently, they would have given you a question statement to tell you what the chart is showing. Okay. And when they give you that statement in your introduction, that's exactly what you're also trying to achieve. You're also trying to tell us what the chart is showing. So, but you need to paraphrase, use different sentence construction, use synonyms, different word formations to pass the message across. You are still saying the same thing as in the question statement. Okay, so you begin with 1 or 2 sentences that state what the what the chart is showing. Okay, and you do this by paraphrasing question statement. Okay. If you have a time frame, then it's important for you to put in the time frame in your introduction. I'm going to be telling us the key component of a good introduction in a bit. But very important, be careful not to alter the meaning of the question statement while you are trying to paraphrase. Okay, so for example, if they tell you the chart is showing the number of people, let's say number of people. If they say the chart is showing number of people, while you are trying to paraphrase, don't substitute number for percentage. Don't say percentage of people. Or vice versa. Maybe they said they gave you in percentage and you are putting number. Number of people is different from percentage of people. Do you agree with that? So when you do that, you are knocking at the door of band 6, because that is automatic. Band 6, that is inaccurate reporting, because a percentage of people is different from number of people. It's just like saying maybe 5 pounds from your salary, 5 pounds from your salary, and 5% of your salary. Yeah, 5% of your salary in pounds. Okay. So there are two different things. Okay. There are two different things, and you need to pay close attention to those things. So your responsibility is to change the content of the question statement, but never find yourself changing the context. So you have to preserve the context while changing the content. I hope that is clear. So we have just few seconds left on this section. So hopefully the next section is going to be our next section. So please, we'll do the same again. So you exit the platform and come back using the same link. And let's try and get that done as fast as possible. Anyway, so you have to bring the units here. So I'm talking about the elements of a good introduction. We've talked about the type, which is the type of chart that you are describing. Is it a pie chart? Is it a bar chart? A line graph? Is it a pie chart? Is it a table? And the data, I told us, that's the specific information that the chart is showing. Then I'm talking about the units. Okay, so is it in hundreds of pounds? Is it in pounds? Is it in percentage? Percentage is also a unit. That was the example I was giving you the other time. Percentage of people is different from number of people. So you need to be careful of that. Is it in seconds? Is it in hours or minutes or whatever unit they give you? So it needs to be clear. Okay. Then time. When I mean time here, I'm talking about a period of time. Okay. So maybe they tell you like they give you a data over a 5-year period. Okay. Or maybe they give you like the presidential election I was using as example now. They can put a particular year. I can't even remember when we had the last one. In 2023, maybe 2019, most likely. So, forgive me if I'm wrong. Okay. But if they give you the year, okay, this information happened in this particular year, then you need to give it back to them. And if it's a range of time, maybe a period of time, then you need to specify it very, very, very important. It's not all questions that come with time anyway, but when they give you time, then you have to include it. Then the target population. Target population, those are the people that perform the action or the people that the data relates to. Like I was giving an example previously as well when I was talking about the cleanliness of water, percentage of cleanliness of water. I was using Ibadan, Ilorin, Abuja, and Lagos. Those are the target population. It would be wrong for you to just say maybe the bar chart shows the percentage of cleanliness of water in 4 cities in Nigeria. We have more than 4 cities in Nigeria. And when you just say 4 cities in Nigeria, we don't know if you are talking of Aba, Akure, Ikire, and maybe somewhere else. Maybe which other city now? Maybe just different Port Harcourt. Okay, so we don't know which exact 4 cities you are talking about. And I want you to write this down clearly. Never keep your examiner guessing. Okay, never keep your examiner guessing. If you have a large mirror in your bedroom, write it or print it out and stick it to your bedroom so that every time in the morning you'll be seeing it. Never keep your examiner guessing. Okay, so don't keep your examiner guessing. When you say 4 cities in Nigeria, we don't know which city you are talking about, and we need to know. So you need to be specific. The target population, the people that the data relates to. So those are the 5 key elements of a good introduction. So while you are paraphrasing, make efforts to ensure that you didn't omit any of this. And I need to let you know, I've mentioned it as well, but I need to emphasize it. It's not all questions that come with these 5 elements. Okay, I'm just giving you this as a guide. There are some questions that don't come with target populations. There are some questions that don't have units. There are some questions that don't come with time. Okay, so, but when you already know what to do, it's easier for you. So it will be wrong if they give you a time and you don't include it in your introduction. I hope that is clear. So if they give you, maybe they tell you now in the question statement that the line graph even compares the fast food consumption for a period of 25 years between 1975 and 2000 of teenagers in Australia or something like that. If you are paraphrasing it, it's still saying the same thing. You can say the bar chart, maybe, or maybe like another example now, you could say the bar chart illustrates the expenses in pounds made on maybe mobile devices in France and UK between 2000 and 2010. Let me see if I can recap that. We say the bar chart illustrates. When you say the bar chart illustrates, so you already say the bar chart. The bar chart, that's the type, illustrates the expenses in pounds. In pounds is already the unit now. Okay, expenses in pounds spent on mobile device. That's your data now. Spent on mobile devices in France and Portugal. Now those are the target population now. France and Portugal between 2000 and 2020. Between 2000 and 2020. That will be your time. So It's still a single sentence I'm constructing, but I'm paying attention to the content by making sure I'm not losing any bit of it. I hope that is simple enough. So you can say the bar chart gives information about the amount in pounds spent on mobile devices in Portugal and which country did I say now? Portugal and France between 2000 and 2020. So I've covered the 5 key elements in that same sentence. You can always paraphrase it in whichever way you want. Instead of saying gives information, you can say illustrates, you can say shows, you can say the amount spent, you can say the expense made. It's still the same thing we are talking about. Okay. In between, I said between 2000 and 2020, you might decide to say within 20 years or within between a 20-year period. Yeah, that's 20-year period. And like I said earlier, never keep your examiner guessing. So when you are using that format and you say 20-year period, 20-year period could be 1900 to 1920. Okay. 20-year period could be 2020 to 2040. So never keep your examiner guessing. So when you are using that format and you say 20-year period, always put in brackets, in parentheses, 2002. You can use an hyphen or you use 2020. Please pay attention to that. So when you are using over a 5-year period, that is you are keeping us in a guess. So you need to specify what that the period that 5-year period covers. Is it 2015 to 2020? Is it 2010 to 2015? So you need to specify, is it 1700 to 1705? So you need to make that clear. I think it's important to mention that. I hope that is clear. Any question on introduction before we move on? Any question on introduction before we move on? Here. So I'm going to put a pause here for tonight. Okay.